Hey everybody, this is Paul from Metal Detecting Oregon. So this is our RV campground. This is actually a really nice one. It's here in Wilsonville, Oregon. Yeah, this upper area is nicely shaded and everything. And when we first got here, this brown field was a beautiful red clover, which I've never heard before. And it's like not just this field, but it's like fields all around here with this red clover. And they harvest it in June and looks like it's already been cut. And they use I guess they use it for feed or something. But anyways, I'm gonna flip the camera around here and get me on camera. Hey. So if you're just tuning in, my name's Paul. I actually am Paul from Metal Detecting Oregon, and I've been running the channel since 2010. I started off with Ace 250, Garrett Ace 250. Garrett was at AT Pro, and then I went to the E-Track, which was the best detector, and still is, I think, one of the best detectors out there. I mean, if you were to give me a new E-Track today, I would love it. I mean, I'd love it. The E-Track's tone is unparalleled. There's nothing better than an E-Track silver warble tone. And then I went from the E-Track I tried the CTX 3030. Tried that for a year in comparison with the E-Track and sold that right away. That was a piece of garbage in my opinion. And then I bought the Manticore. And as you know, if you watch any of my videos, I struggled really badly with the Manticore. I fought it tooth and nail a little bit in the beginning, and finally got to the point where I liked it so much, I did sell my E-Track. I said I never would do that, but which brings me to where we are today, the RV park. In 2021, I retired at 57, and we sold our house. That was a hard convince to get the wife to do. But we sold the house. Prior to that, we were sold about everything we owned. I think the only thing we have left is maybe 40 tubs, 50 tubs of miscellaneous garbage. I say garbage, but it's household goods, things, random, some office stuff, and extra supplies, trailer, but you know, it's and even out of that, we could probably donate 6 to 10 of those tubs. And we went full-time RVing. And we don't work. My wife retired in 2022, and we obviously don't work. YouTube. I think out of all the years of doing YouTube, I think I had gotten 1 or 2 checks from making money on YouTube, or making any money on YouTube, and it didn't amount to much. So in order to do this, you have to kind of do a heavy 2 to 3 times a week until you get like a solid base. Now I got a tractor coming up behind me that's gonna drown me out. There, kind of moved on a little bit. So anyways, I wanted to touch base. That's who I am and what I've been doing. And I thought I was going to be able to do metal detecting, traveling across the United States and such, but it never worked out well. Rules and regulations in every town and city, province, borough, township, again, whatever, was never in my favor, time-wise, etc. But I did find some places to detect, and I have been able to have some fun doing the hobby here and there wherever I go. But I'm not done. metal detecting. It's just slowed down a lot. The traveling part has taken over. You know, when you're traveling, your attention span is on the here and now, like where you're at. You have to be, I have to be considerate of like my spouse. I don't want to be selfish and it's just all about me and metal detecting. But I just wanted to pass on that the last 6 months since my previous video that I did a while, well, not the one that I just did, the one that just got released, but I wanted to throw that out, and then I wanted to fill in the gaps of what's happened prior to that. 6 months ago, my wife and I had planned to do it was around Thanksgiving. We were in Yuma, Arizona, so we flew to Oregon, had Thanksgiving with family. We flew to, we had actually went to Vegas, had visit my son in Vegas, flew to Oregon, family, Thanksgiving, flew to North Carolina, and got to spend time there, and flew with family, and then flew to Pennsylvania, spent time with family, and then flew back to Vegas. We were in Vegas for a couple days, maybe 3 days, 4 days, and then got a family emergency phone call from Oregon, and my wife and I had to fly up the next day. I got a call from family who was going through cancer. My sister has dementia because of medical surgery, brain tumors, and he called and said that he needed our help ASAP. So we came up. We flew from Vegas. We were just getting ready to go back to our trailer. We flew up from Vegas to go back to Oregon, and my brother-in-law spent at that point, my brother-in-law spent the next pretty much a month, like 3 weeks in the hospital, a week in rehab. And my sister, who has dementia, needs 24-hour care. We spent, this was during Christmas, and we spent that time, 2 weeks, looking for a place, a memory care facility that that had availability that we actually approved of and liked for my sister. So we got my sister moved into memory care. We had to, basically, it was one very rough month. I had to basically take over the finances of my brother-in-law, get him onto all his bills onto auto pay, and just look at their finances and figure out, can they afford the like memory care, and we were thinking, he was thinking when he went into the hospital, because he called and said that he was on the floor for 3 days because of the chemotherapy and the radiation, and he literally almost died, and he thought he was dying. He literally thought he was going to be like not leave the hospital. He had lost like 15 pounds, and he was already a skinny guy, and he's in his mid 80s. So we got him a place also in the same place my sister was at, but in assisted living. But he started to feel better, and he decided he didn't want to go to assisted living. Big mistake in my opinion. But so he went back to his townhouse with stairs, and it's a struggle. So family issues over the last 6 months have been, not so much the last 6 months, but it was 1 month for us, and then buying the furniture, moving my sister in, doing all of the financial paperwork and all of that stuff for them. It was kind of like, it was almost I don't know. It about broke us. Not financially, of course, but just our will and spirit was tasked. But that's just the beginning, because my mom who's 97, and my stepfather, who has dementia, short-term memory loss. They both still live at home, and my mom's memory has been going downhill rapidly bad. And so we're going to end up, and the problem is that I couldn't get her convinced to move into assisted living when she was well enough to make those decisions and able to still move around and get around. Now she's at the point where everything is disagreeable. So my message to you is, don't be that guy. Don't be that person. Don't be that kid. Don't be that parent that forces your siblings or your children to make these decisions for you. Don't be that person. Plan out your life, your long-term decisions. Write them down. Put them in a will, trust. Give them to family members, whoever it is. And so that one day down the road, they can shove it in your face and say, this is what you wanted, whether you liked it or not, and take care of business properly. So anyways, that's where we were in the last 6 months. We went back to Yuma. Hang on, here comes a truck. Yep. We went back to Yuma, Arizona, and spent the last couple months there, and then we left there. Saw in the video we went to Sedona and came up to Oregon. Of course, we were at the coast and then back and forth. So that's where we are, up to date. So I got to do some metal detecting, and so right after this video, this little reintroduction about what's been going on and catching up is a detecting video. I appreciate you guys watching. I know that everybody goes through this. We all go through this. We're all gonna go through this, these family struggles. And also what happened too is my father-in-law passed away, but that was in the fall of last year, but it wasn't included, I think, in my videos. So we were also planning some easterly trips and East Coast trip, and that got canceled, and we had to fly back out to Oregon. So we flew out to Oregon my wife flew out twice last fall, like August, September. I flew out, we flew back, then we drove the trailer to Yuma, and then all the other stuff happened. After we were there in Yuma for 1 month, and then we did a 1 month family tour, which was great. And then it was 1 month of hell, dealing with the illness and the situation. So yeah, anyways, that's it, all caught up. Hopefully, I know that's gonna hit me again with my mom, my stepfather. They're not doing so well, but you know, I could argue with them until they're blue in the face, and until we sever relationships, because she doesn't want to listen or hear it. But she needs to be in assisted living or memory care now, just like my stepfather. But what do you do, right? What do you do? So anyways, life goes on. I've also, just to touch base, the RV life is great. I do like it. It's not cheap. It's you know, people out there is like, oh yeah, we sold your house and did this and that, but it's not cheap. But I've got like the whole year, literally. This is June. I'm trying to think. 2026. I have the whole year pretty much booked. So I got my whole travels East Coast booked. We're there for like 3-4 months. And then I've got my travels booked all the way back to Yuma, Arizona, which we'll spend the winter there. unless family issues happen and stuff. And there is a family thing happening too. That's a good thing. It's a good thing, not a bad thing. We have a good family thing, but I can't say what it is. But that'll change our travel plans later down the road. So anyways, thanks for watching. So much appreciated. So much for you listening through this, talk and what's going on. I do appreciate you guys. Good hunting for all of you guys, and thanks for watching. If you have any questions regarding metal detecting, the Manicore, the E-Track, which I probably don't remember now, full-time RV life, retirement. I'm not a CFP or a certified accountant, but yeah, any questions, let me know. I will try to answer them as honestly as I can. Thanks.
All right, well, I'm at the good old, very old Selwood Park in Portland. I only have a short time. Thought I'd give a quick walk around, even though I've been here a gazillion times. And I came up with a scratchy tone, repeatable, deepish, dug down, and I thought it was a pipe, but I kept trying persistently going at it, and I'm rewarded with a, wow, it was down there, even though it's a big item, it was down there about 8 inches or more. Cool pocket knife. Looking a little, whatever it is, an old timer. Alright, well, it's always fun to find artifacts and relics. Alright, well, I'm going to keep going. No wheat pennies yet. I've kind of hit a little bit of this little area. It's called the Horseshoe Pit. One thing about old parks, and if you've ever looked at the historic aerials, you've got horseshoe pits behind me, tennis courts over there, and further over is a playground and some ball fields and stuff. If you go back and look at the old historical aerials, you'll find that things don't move a lot. Like old tennis courts would still be there. Looks like horseshoe pits would be here. Playground area is always over there. The playground changes in Portland because I think sanitary reasons. We used to have water, like wading pools and things, and they got rid of all of those, most of all of those, and replaced them with like playgrounds, and that's over there. So things don't really change that much. So you have to visualize where people congregated to watch things like tennis. They would hang around the edges, of course. Your horseshoe pits, they're probably going to hang out in this little grassy area. So that's what I'm focusing on. And who knows? Who knows what else lies beneath the ground in this old park? Well, I think I got a weedy. It was probably about 6 to 7 inches down. And it's a 1 center. And it was coming up. See, I can't even see it. See how corroded, tarnished it is. Signal was repeatable. Sounded better in one direction than the other. There was a lot of iron mixture on the screen. You could see a lot of iron. So, anyways, I'm not gonna look at this. I'm not gonna look at the date on this guy, but I bet you it's pretty old. Well, I hardly ever do live digs, but I'm gonna do one on this one. Can you see my screen? Because I haven't done this in a long time. Like this new camera, everything's kind of whack here. Oh, I see. I'm doing it the opposite direction, so it's funky. Oh well, it's a funky one. I don't know, I kind of like this signal a little bit better. It's still scratchy. I don't know what I've got in the hole. Oops, I gotta flip this around. Is this gonna switch? Nope, it's not gonna record. I flipped it around, my camera is all messed up, so like I said, new camera, new problems. Somewhere down here. If I had to guess, I'd say this is a wheat penny, but I was a little bit more hopeful. Gotta get my detector away. Alright, well, where'd my signal go? Don't you hate that? Oh, there it is. Dang. Sorry the camera angle's all screwed up there because I'm holding it with my right hand upside down. Funkiness, so it's a penny. But is it a stinking Lincoln or is it a Wheatie? Oh, it's a 1 center, I mean. Yep, it's a Wheatie. Sorry. See, I'm holding the camera upside down, so my camera's on this side. Normally it's on this side, so I'm focusing somewhere else different. Well, anyways. It did sound better. Alright, that's 2 Wheaties. I'm going to keep going. Which is nice because, you know, I've already been over this place a gazillion thousand times, so it's nice to find things, you know. Sorry, screen's out of focus again. I'm all messed up in my orientation. Well, also going with that same topic earlier about moving things. Picnic areas also probably don't move a lot. You know, and as far as benches go, they probably stay in a lot of the same places. The light posts, you know, very old, don't move much. So I'm in this area. This is part of a picnic area, so it's a really trashy area. Anyways, I picked up a signal that sounded like it could be a dime. It wasn't down too far, maybe 5-6 inches. It's a token. It's an aluminum token. I'm guessing that it could be a Washington tax token, but I won't know until I get a little bit more cleaned up. Actually, I don't think it's a Washington tax token. It doesn't look, it's not really big enough to be a sobriety token. Very weird, very plain on this side. Something about the wages of sin. It's been all rubbed off, it looks like. Oh, cool. Haven't found a token in a long time. Another Wheatie. This one actually sounded just like the token I just found. About, I'm literally only about 2 feet from the token, so. Alright, it's noisy here, but I'm finding stuff.